Hey, welcome, welcome. This is Coach Jay, and today we're talking on the podcast of Journey Junction for Level Up and the Level Up community, Level Up Zone Committee. Let me get that correct. Um, I want to talk about resetting your mind, and this whole series that we're teaching on for this month is resetting. And the way that we start by resetting is to look at our current process of how we go about understanding what we do when it comes to setting our goals. I think we need to take a step back, and when we talk about goal setting, we need to make sure that they're realistic goals. I mean, there are a lot of times we're making goals based off what other people are telling us or what other people think we should do or what we think we should do based off in our current situation or the emotional spin that we're on. And sometimes in doing that, we don't think the process, we don't go through the full process of developing our goals. We just think of something on a whim and put it into play and not thinking about all the requirements to get this goal. And the goal may be something that is huge or large. And by not planning properly, it becomes daunting because you really want to achieve it, but you didn't take the steps to plan for how to make that. And what are the steps I'm talking about? It's SMART. That's right, SMART. SMART, specific, measurable, actionable or acceptable or achievable, relevant or realistic, a timestamp, meaning that you set a time when you want to have this done. If you go through that system and create it with you at the very beginning, you'll realize that some of the goals that we're putting in is going to be a longer period of time. It's not going to be something done in a month. It's not going to be something done in 6 months. Not going to be done in 9 months. Not be done in a year. Some things may be over a long stint of time, maybe a year, could be 5 years. But you can start the process of working towards reaching your goal. And understand that this would lead us to having these micro tasks, micro goals, smaller breakdowns of these goals so it's not so daunting. And that we would sit back and try to find a way to make momentum so that we can see that we're obtaining some momentum going into reaching our overall goal. And that's what we talk about resetting. Because in the past, I promise you, all of us have found this thing, that we start a task and as soon as we don't see the results happen as quick as we want, now we feel defeated and we have given up on it. Most of the time it happens at the beginning of the year when people make all these goals and say, hey, I'm gonna do this, this, this. And 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the year, they stop doing it. You know, most of it we can relate with exercising. Hey, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna lose 20 pounds, I'm gonna do this. And we go out because we're trying to see these 20 pounds, this great fit happen in a week or within a month. We get frustrated, get aggravated, and we move away from our goal, and then we fall into a place of this disappointment. So our goal is to start letting you see, breaking these things into smaller tasks that you'll be able to see and be able to achieve it, long as the goals are realistic. So our task today is to talk to you about a friend of mine, or I call her acquaintance, or, well, let me just be honest, a client. Without using her name, I'm just gonna give her name as Maya. That's the name I'll use. Maya wanted to run a marathon. She wanted to be part of a marathon, but the last time she ran was when she was in high school. She's in her late 20s, maybe early 30s at this time. And she come to me and she said, you know what, I'm gonna run a marathon. I said, that's good, excellent. Wow, that's great. Have you ever ran in a marathon? When's the last time you ran? That's how I found out that she had ran since high school. So I said, wow. I said, so what are your goals to reach your big goal? What are the things that we can break down into smaller tasks to make that happen? She looked at me like I was speaking something strange. She said, well, I'm just gonna work out, I'm gonna run so many miles and blah. Cool. So I said, let's start with things that we can create that will let us start the momentum for success. That we can start encouraging ourselves and inspiring ourselves to reach that goal of reaching a marathon. You know the first thing we learned? She was gonna run a marathon, but that she have no running shoes. So the first thing she has to do is get the running shoes. See, you don't understand that task of going and buying or purchasing the running shoes, that was the beginning of her success. That was a small win. That was a small task, mega task or micro task or macro goal that was achieved. So when she got her shoes, she put them on, she tried them on, they fit. She now should celebrate the fact that she went and got the shoes, and now she put them on. Now here's another goal of task to reaching that marathon was not only having the shoes, but scheduling time to put those shoes on to take some action towards reaching the goal. So the next day, she found herself, I think it was a weekend, she put the shoes on and she walked outside of the house. Wow, celebration rap. She did nothing else. She's now working out by putting the shoes on, and the few steps that she took, she's moving towards her big goal. What I found out is that she put on her shoes, she would go walk. She would walk and walk until she was able to walk a mile in her tennis shoes towards her goal of entering into a marathon. She was walking. She was walking 2 to 3 times a week, conditioning herself. What was she doing? She was winning. She's building her mind. She's building her behavior. She's letting her body know that we're moving towards our big goal, and it's taking small steps to achieve it. Well, as the story spins on, she kept on walking. She increased her walking to the point where she was taking light jogs and jogs for a long period of time, and then she was able to jog for a longer period of time. She's got her endurance built up. And then as she started seeing these achievements, she began to celebrate. I celebrate with her. And then one thing I knew, she entered into a half marathon. Yes, she entered into it. She had this prove to herself that she was almost there, or almost to a point where she's ready to run a full marathon by challenging herself for the half a marathon. Well, I don't know what place she came in. I don't really think it matters if she was first or last. The thing was, she entered in, she completed it. That's another victory, another reason to celebrate. So what am I saying to you? Whatever task that you are focusing, if you're able to look at it and break it into smaller components and celebrate your wins, celebrate the fact that you started some momentum and you're changing your behavior, then congratulations. Keep doing this. Keep staying motivated. Keep breaking it down into smaller tasks until it's manageable and that you can find a reason to celebrate your victory. So this is Coach Jay. I'm glad that you're a part of the GroupMe Level Up family. Continue to join us on the community. Write your comments, put your questions, your answers down, and most of all, put the things that you have achieved in the week, no matter how small it is. I want to hear about it. I want to celebrate with you. I want to be your encouraging coach as you keep going through these daunting things that you may face, but we're going to break it down to small so we can all celebrate because we're going to get to your end goal. Hey, until I talk to you again, Coach Jay.